What is up, heroes? My name is Sawcasm, and today we're going to be doing a beginner's guide for Tassadar. We're going to be going over all the skills, showing you kind of an in-depth guide about some talents to pick, and just general Tassadar playstyle. So with that said, don't forget to leave a like rating and subscribe if you're new for some more Heroes of the Storm beginner's guide. I will be going through every single hero in the game, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And with that said, let's hop to a game. Okay guys, so we find ourselves on the Dragonshire map, and first of all, let's take a look at our skills. Our Q, Plasma Shield, we can place a shield on a target or a friendly structure or hero to protect them. We have our W, which is Psionic Storm, which is an AoE. It lasts on the ground, deals a little bit of damage for 3 seconds, and it also does reveal an area, so pretty cool if you're using it in a brush or something like that. Our E, Dimensional Shift, it allows us to become invulnerable and fully invisible for 1.5 seconds. Extremely useful because the support, being a support, we are often targeted, and that is extremely useful for escaping ganks, as well as our D, our trait Oracle, which increases our vision and allows us to detect enemy stealth heroes or just heroes hidden in brush. So just very, very useful in general. So we're going to take for our first talent, we're going to be going for a very, very supporty build. We're going to take Conjurer's Pursuit, which increases our mana regen as we collect more health globes, because mana is super, super useful for Tassadar, and he does have another talent to possibly get some more mana in the form of Psi Infusion, but what that does is actually return mana when you hit targets with your W, but later on in the game, in team fights and such, that's not as possible, so you might be running out of mana a lot more quickly. So, it appears as if we are going to be facing off against a Lily with the help of a Zeratul up top, a stealth Zeratul. Now, I do like Tassadar as a mid character. He can definitely solo. One of the better solo heroes in the game, in my opinion. He has good wave clear. He can defend his structures with our Q, which is the shield, and we can keep stuff alive. We have a Mule to protect them even further, and yes, we have a couple of really good options for that. See, there we go. With our trait, we were able to spot that hidden Illidan, and he's trying to hide from us, but guess what? We're Tassadar, you can't hide from us, baby. So yeah, Tassadar, very, very versatile as a support hero. Definitely doesn't have quite as much DPS as some other heroes, but has a lot of utility to make up for it that a lot of other heroes don't have. Now, we are, unfortunately, getting 3v2'd from Nova and Illidan, so this is super, super dangerous. Kind of back off, but luckily with our E, Dimensional Shift, and our shield, we are able to stay alive. So awesome, awesome utility as you see there. Oh, barely able to stay alive once again. We're going to be forced to retreat, it appears. So we're going to go back, and looks like at least bottom is pretty much uncontested, so we're going to be able to hold that for a little bit to prevent the enemies from getting the Dragonshire. Now, a couple of things about Tassadar. He does okay damage, like I said, especially towards the later game, once we pick up our heroic ability, but he's not a ranged DPS by any means, so can't really stand on his own. But anyway, we're going to be taking Healing Ward just for that extra bit of healing, because we don't actually have a healer on our team to do that. So we're going to just take the Healing Ward just to kind of fill that role, and there we go. We are able to capture the top shrine. So now let's head over down to the mid as these two stealth heroes, which usually they're the ones roaming, but they are going to... Oh, uh-oh. Let's just shield our... Ooh, go, Nova! All right, well, we did lose a shrine in the process, so I'm going to head back up top to assist my Zeratul, who's not very good at standing on objectives because he is kind of squishy, or very squishy rather, but we, on the other hand, we do have a shield to not only protect Zeratul if need be, but we could also use it on ourselves, of course. I'm just going to place down our Psionic Storm, do everything we can to keep our teammates alive. That is our main agenda. We are not so much, you know, we are an important... Oh, super lag. All right, well, sorry about that, but we are an important... to stay alive, obviously, because we are ranged and we have the ability to stay alive with our many escapes, but we also want to keep our teammates alive as much as possible. So unfortunately, that death did cost us a lot. It did cost us that shrine up top and potentially the chance of getting the dragon, the knight, but that is all good, my friends. So, being a... Uh-oh. What is going on mid? Being a Tassadar, you want to kind of fill the roles that your teammates need, that your team is lacking. Whether it's, a certain lane that you want to go soak experience because there's no one else in your team there to soak, or be it, just a role. Like I said, we didn't actually have a healer, so picking up that healing ward doesn't actually make us into a, viable solo healer, because he's definitely not a viable solo healer, but it does make us just a little bit, better at that role. So something to think about. And there we go. We're going to place down a Psionic Storm to prevent them from getting that shrine any longer. We're going to keep them off it as long as possible. And there we go. We are able to prevent them from getting it just long enough for us. They are attempting once again to get it over here. So I'm just going to kind of hang around this area to hope to keep them off of it as long as possible, and hopefully our teammates can back us up here just in time for us to make a play and do something else. So we're going to be taking this mule here, which actually allows us to regenerate our structures. All we do is place it down. It has a global range, so just something to think about. Like I said, just kind of another... Oh, we got to stay over here, as they could potentially grab the Dragonite here. Okay, so now that Falstad is here, I'm going to go back and soak top so that we don't... Oh, wow, that was a fail. I placed down my healing ward. Oh, no, it doesn't actually have global range, but I did place down the mule at the bottom, so that's good. The mule has global range. All it does is heal structures and bring them back to near full health pretty much all the time. So really, really awesome, and it's just super, super sweet. In terms of that, and your opponents, if they want to take out a structure when you have a heal, they pretty much have to burst it down and focus a lot of resources. So it's good for that, drawing attention away from your enemies and such like that. We are going to head up top to attempt to prevent this Lily from capturing this. We do have some trouble brewing in the form of Illidan, so we're going to be forced to back out, as we cannot 2v1 Illidan and a Lily at the same time. Now, this is super... this is an interesting scenario here, because we are... this is dangerous. I'm going to run back to my team for some support right now. I'm going to shield up. I'm getting body blocked by the Illidan. It's all good. We should be able to head back to our base. We do have our dimensional shift up as well. It's so good for escaping. Absolutely one of the best escapes in the game, hands down, and just so amazing for that. So I'm not too worried. I am playing a little bit aggressive here. We are going to be most likely having to back in a second here. Let's see. Shield our buddy there. We could dimensional shift out, and we're going to be forced to retreat. Here's a little mule. This little guy here, it can heal up structures, but it can also be killed, and it has very, very low health, so you want to try to keep it alive. You can shield it. Not always the best target to shield. But yeah, so we did just hit level 10, and we have a couple of options at level 10 for our heroic ability. We have Archon, which allows us to transform into Archon, gain some health, and deal a lot more damage for a short amount of time, or Force Wall, which is on a very short cooldown, and it is essentially a wall that we could block off teammates from, hurting themselves. We could prevent enemies from accessing areas we don't want to go, and we're going to take Archon for this particular purpose. Now, both of them have their uses. Both of them can be good, but right now we're just going to take Archon for that extra burst of damage. So, like I said, a lot of people think that Force Wall is absolutely terrible. I definitely don't agree with that notion. I think that they both have their uses, like I said, but, to each his own, I suppose. So we're going to collect some health and then head back top to try to recapture this from this Lily. This has been the ongoing struggle. Now, luckily, it's only a Lily here who isn't very good on her own at, holding targets and stuff. So there's an enemy Nova somewhere around the area, as is our Nova. So we're going to... Looks like this Lily's in danger, as Nova is following up, and the whole team comes for a gank, the whole squad here. So now we have a couple of options. We could easily push down a couple of towers right here, which is what we're going to attempt to do. Do we need a healing with our mule? You want to pay attention, because the mule does have a global range, so you want to pay attention to where you can place that, when you can place that, and such. Looks like my team did clear out the enemy Nova. Now, all we need to do is take that bottom shrine, and we should be able to capture the Dragonite. However, Nova up in 10 seconds, so we need to move fast. No time to waste over here, but well, interesting, but I'm going to head bottom to try to assist my team, as there is 2 tops, so most likely they're going to be regaining top, but we could actually push mid, push all these lanes while getting the bottom shrine and hopefully getting the Dragonite. So I'm going to head back up top, or at least to mid, because it looks like Illidan is going to retake that Dragonite. Oh man, this Rainer not in position in time to capture that, but okay, it looks like Lily is in the bush, spotted due to our Oracle. So cool little find, as well as a Nova. We found a stealth in Nova, excuse me for that. Okay, so we're going to place our... By the way, this mule on a super short cooldown, but we're going to take for our next... Go, 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 go. Okay, cool. So now we are in a 5v4 situation. We're going to be taking Shrink Ray to pretty much counter Illidan, because Illidan relies on his auto attacks and, you know, dealing damage, and that is where the bulk of his damage comes from. But we could pretty much counter him and shut him down. I'm going to place down a mule over there, going to shield up, and there we go. Oh, wow. I forgot to dimensional shift, but it's all good. We did get taken out, unfortunately, not able to react fast enough. But we are able to at least hold off this top shrine, as Nova is not reacting, as I said. But, oh, pretty obvious when Nova steps on that thing that he stops capturing it, that Illidan seeks out. Oh my goodness, Illidan absolutely destroying the top lane, all three of us, and now he's going to be able to collect and recapture that top shrine. I'm surprised he hasn't actually done that yet, but he is pushing the lane first. Good move on his part. Now the enemies are going to be able to push that, so I'm pinging for my friendly Raynor to head over there in preparation for that. Looks like they were able to secure bottom, so I'm going to head back up top, try to defend this push, and try to keep these structures alive if possible. Going to shield it over here. We do have our Shrink Ray up, and I did place that healing ward completely intentional. Oh yeah, of course, completely intentional. We're going to be able to mule up this structure back to full health. It looks like they are most likely going to be able to get the Dragon Knight, but is all good. We are going to make an attempt at least to reclaim this top shrine, and we are able to get it to prevent them, the enemy team, from capturing that Dragon Knight, the super dangerous, super important Dragon Knight, which could absolutely wreck structure. It looks like there's a little bit of a skirmish going on back here. I don't know exactly what the heck the intention was for this. It looks like Lily getting super aggressive, as is their whole team. Oh man, wow, that snipe came out of nowhere, but oh well, not able to protect the Falstad, but it's all good. Like I said, you want to keep your teammates alive, but it's not always possible to do 100%. You know, we can't always be expected to position for them. We can't focus on their positioning. We can only do what we could do. Now, with that said, we are facing a 4v1 up top, so of course we're going to get taken out. So I'm going to ping to alert for my team to get the shrine in the middle, and good job on my team sort of rotating, countering the enemy's movements. So when they send a bunch of people top, we do have at least one person going bottom, so good move there. Now, a couple of other notes for Tassadar. Obviously, we do have his Oracle, which can reveal stealth units, which is super important against units such as Nova, who does have stealth and can be super deadly. Now, the thing is, you kind of have a trade-off. Do you want to use it to check for someone in the bush? Do you want to use it when you expect a Nova near? You know, it really depends on the situation, and a lot of people don't know you could actually see a stealthed Nova by you look at it really closely, and a lot of times you can see when they are stealthed. We're going to place down our... We're going to place down our mule down at the bottom. It looks like Keltes and Raynor both are at the bottom, potentially encountering some sort of skirmish. But we're going to check these camps right here, because it looks like the enemies are being awfully quiet. So I want to see what the heck was going on over there. But we are going to... we're going to Shrink Ray that, and we're going to... This is super dangerous. Lots of stuff going on over here. Oh, Illidan focusing us down, able to take us out, able to take out the Zeratul. Oh my goodness, Illidan taking the hunt, completely unexpected, able to take us out from across the map. Now, that is the disadvantage of fighting at a under-leveled, because they already had their level 16 talent. So whenever a team has an extra layer of talents, when the other team doesn't, they have a huge advantage, and they should be looking for fights while the other team should be, avoiding fights. So the next talent we're going to be taking, Second Strike, can use Psionic Storm, which is our W, twice in succession. Now, they don't stack, so if you just place them immediately right after each other, it's not going to be doing double the damage. What it does is it actually... You can place one down, then you have a couple of seconds where you can place down a second one, and you can, place it somewhere else, or just on where you placed it before, but a couple of seconds after. So we're going to shield that over here, and this is going to be difficult to defend, as we do have a couple of different structure, or a couple of different people over here in this general area. I'm going to mule up on this structure, but it looks like the Nova is still here hanging around. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish, but we're going to dimensional shift and shield to get away from not only her heroic ability, but also her snipe. It's extremely lethal, and I'm still kind of scared of her right now, as she could potentially just one-shot us, so I'm going to be super careful. There we go, that's exactly what I expected, but did not react properly to it. So, looks like up top there's a 1v1 skirmish between an Illidan and a Zeratul. Extremely dangerous, as a Illidan in a sustained fight can pretty much take out anyone, including a Zeratul. And it looks like the enemies are going to be taking the Dragon Knight. So it's all good. They are going to be pushing mid relatively well and relatively uncontested. They do have a Nova and a Raynor, both trying to defend it with little to no results. They are going to have a hard time here. Raynor pushing him back, but he is going to get knocked back by the Dragon Knight as the enemy team is hitting level 20. Once again, another huge power spike that I talked about earlier in terms of the talent difference, but this time they get an upgrade to their heroic ability, which is, you know, that's the epitome of talent spikes and damage spikes, so they are going to be able to do a lot of damage to us, and we really want to avoid a team fight at any and all costs if possible. Now, like I said before about the W, using it twice, the only thing it does is allow us to place it twice, and yeah, we're gonna get a shield off on our, oh my goodness, let's get a shrink ray out on this Kel'Thas if possible. We're gonna reveal the area. Oh, looks like there is quite a few enemies in here, so we are going to use all our escapes. We're going to use our shield, and we are getting extremely focused down and by as Illidan, so a little bit too aggressive on my part. You see the mule keeping this alive to the best of its ability, but not able to do anything when there are 3 enemy heroes focusing it down. Like I said, did not want to enter a fight there, but unfortunately we did, and it didn't work out for us. Now, there's a couple of things to consider when entering a fight under-leveled. So just because the enemy is level 20 doesn't necessarily mean you should never fight. For example, if they're level 20 and you have a 5v4 advantage, potentially it could be good, especially if you are at your towers to fight and you are, you do have an advantage if they blew their ults. But if they blew their heroic ability, or if they didn't blow their heroic ability and they have an equal amount of heroes, they could absolutely wreck us then. So, with that said, Zeratul soaking middle as he doesn't want to help us catch up to level 20, as that is what happens when you're under leveled. You really want to just spend time soaking and getting XP to get back up to level 20 to catch up to the level that the enemy team is at. Now, it looks like the enemy is going to be taking, or are going to be taking, rather, excuse my grammar, they're going to be taking these knights and going to do a lot of pushing against us. Now, we're going to do our best to defend it. We do have a couple of really good tools for defending a push, such as myself, such as Falstad, really good at wave clearing, really good at, just dealing damage in general. The problem is the shrines are coming up now. They do have us push back pretty hard, so it's going to be difficult to capture any particular shrine. Now, at a point like this, I prefer to not spread out and, pick a shrine where we all kind of focus down capturing and stick to that one and at least prevent the enemies from capturing it, if anything else. So what they're going to do, the enemies, they have one person bottom, and now if we had our whole team here, we could potentially, prevent them from doing something that from getting this better than them. I don't know what was going on over there, but yeah, they are able to get it. It's all good. We're going to dimensional shift out of that Nova ult. Really good for escaping, but they do have the Dragon Knight. It looks like they are going to be getting it at bottom, completely uncontested. So there is a Kel'Thas over here. What is this Kel'Thas doing? Extremely exposed. This game is not going our way, guys. This game is not going our way. So not much we can do over here. Just going to be forced to retreat. Looks like, wow, Zeratul doing a really good job of, staying alive. I'm actually extremely surprised that he was able to stay alive. Now, all this time, the Dragon Knight was doing work on our base, so was that the best trade-off? No, but, it happens. Sometimes we don't always make the best decision. So, gonna use the mule over here on our tower and shield it up to protect it as long as possible. Try to keep it alive. It's not necessarily futile, but it is extremely unlikely that we're going to be able to defend this for much longer, as we don't have any remaining structures over here. Nova, following this Dragon Knight, getting extremely cheeky and aggressive. That's the first time I use that term, cheeky, and I'm pretty proud of myself, I'm not going to lie. Going to Shrink Ray the Illidan to prevent him from doing as much damage as possible, and he is going to be forced to retreat. Now, the problem here is that they have a healer and we don't, so we pretty much are in already a disadvantageous position. That is the downside of playing in a quick match, but it happens, and sometimes you're the one who gets, you know, the good end of the stick. So we are, oh man, we got sniped extremely quickly. Falstad with a good ult, seemingly doing little to no damage, and it looks like they are going to be chased down, forced out of the fight, forced to retreat. Falstad flapping his little wings as fast as he possibly can. Oh, they're not that little. They're not that little, but they're just, I don't know, they're just flapping. They're flapping as hard as they possibly can. To see now, although we did heal the middle keep, we are unable to keep it alive. Now, we do have the most healing on our team, which is laughable because, like I said, we're not a healer by any means, especially a dedicated healer. All we have is the healing ward and some protection, and I guess you could consider the mule some sort of heal for the structures, but not for people or heroes for that matter. But they are going to be able to take the bottom keep, and I always get keep and fortress mixed up, so I just pinged that just to see what it's called. Keep. So they are going to be able to get the bottom keep, and it looks like Falstad flapping his wings once again, but again taken out this time, unfortunately not able to flap hard enough, and Illidan with the hunt, being able to use that extremely effectively all game. This time used it at a short distance. Very surprising, actually, the way he used it. And yeah, we're going to Shrink Ray him, slow him down, reduce his damage output, and we are also going to, ooh, a lot of shenanigans going on here. A lot of shenanigans, guys. ETC. Oh, man. Everyone's blowing their heroic ability here, but we are going to have to shield up as we are extremely squishy. And as you've seen time and time again, we did get taken out, bursted down by a Nova. We're going to place down our mule on this structure over here. Going to use our W to wave clear. Shrines coming up in 7 seconds. This is the first shrine that we had the advantage and potential to, oh man, I didn't want Nova to actually attack there, but the potential to get our own shrine. So we are gonna try our best to capture this. However, they do have 2 units alive. Okay, they have 1 now, so this is our chance that we need to capture a shrine and make a potential comeback. So I'm gonna head mid to assist my teammate in capturing that and pushing this middle lane, as that's what we want to be doing now. We do have a Falstad coming up behind. We have a couple of seconds leeway before the enemies are up, so this is super good for us. We can spread out our W's when we have 2 of them. And yeah, so this is kind of the comeback we needed. Will it be enough to actually secure a official comeback? That is the question, but we will absolutely see. We can actually not shield the Dragon Knight, so that is unfortunate, but we're gonna, some tricky shenanigans going on down here. Taking tons of damage. Okay, well, they do have ETC down for another minute, so we could potentially end the game here if we play this properly. However, they do have a Nova lurking, ready to snipe any one of us at any given moment. So we are having to play extremely defensive, extremely aggressive. Extremely defensive and aggressive. What the heck am I saying? But we're extremely defensive. We're going to have to Shrink Ray that... Ooh. We're popping everything right now against this core. We're going all in, it seems, as some of my teammates are not committing, so this is dangerous. When you do go all in like this, you really have to commit. Either you're going all in or you're not, and it seems that some of my team focused the enemy instead of the core, and that has caused us to not be able to finish off the core, unfortunately, and it looks like the enemies are going to be able to counter push with 50 seconds left for them to be completely uncontested and take down our structures. So, you know, that's unfortunate, but it is all good, and you know, it happens. You can't win every single game. So this is a quick match as well, so I'm not like, oh my goodness, I need to win to keep up my score. But keep in mind, when you are in a situation like that and some of your team is hitting the core, some of your team is not, that's the most disadvantageous position you could be in. You really, really need either everyone to focus the core or everyone to focus the enemy team. More than likely, the enemy core would have been the better choice there, but it's all good. It happens. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it. We are going to take the L on this one. Unfortunate, but it happens, and I hope you guys did learn something. Like I said, it's all a learning experience. I did lose, but Oh, well, I'm sure, and I hope you learned something in the process. With that said, I hope you guys did enjoy as well. If you did, please leave a like rating. I would truly appreciate it. It helps my channel grow, helps it get out there a little bit. And with that said, if you subscribe for some more Heroes of the Storm content, I would truly appreciate it. We'll have some more beginner guides coming up in the future. Thank you for watching. Peace!